So her boyfriend Blake was untestable, and we made a decision as a show that he's unfit to appear as a guest. It doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to bring Dan out to explain our decision. Let's bring Dan out.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I take it this is Blake?
Yes, it is.
Now, his behavior kind of reminds you of somebody that's kind of strung out on drugs, maybe.
Correct. So, Steve, he came into the polygraph room and I began to interview him. A lot of people come in and they're nervous and they burn off the nervous energy. So I was speaking with him, trying to get him to calm down, and he was displaying behavior like he is now. Seemed very agitated, seemed very manic, bizarre behavior. Yeah. And speaking with him for about a half hour, couldn't get him to become engaged with me. And I suggested to the producers we conduct a drug test. So I conducted a 14-panel drug test. And as you know, Steve, when they come in, I asked them about medical history, I asked them about medicines. So he told me the medicines that he's on. He said to me he did not use any illegal drugs in the last 30 days. Steve, he tests positive for marijuana. He tests positive for tricyclic antidepressants, which sometimes people use to get high. He tests positive for meth. He tests positive for amphetamines. And basically, he's untestable because he's got so many drugs, so much of a cocktail in his system that it kind of explains his behavior, so I couldn't test him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
11 seasons of doing this show, that's probably one of the few times we had a guest so high that we couldn't bring them out on stage. I mean, you gotta be pretty high.
Yeah. Nasty.
And this woman that you were married to,
She's
I said, you might have heard me because you were backstage, but I believe that she's not out here because she already knows the truth. Now, I don't know that, but I'm guessing that's what it is because the heat out here is a little too much for her to take. So she's running back there. I imagine you saw the clip of Blake going through withdrawals, it looked like, backstage.
He knew he was going to be tested.
Right. And you guys did too.
And we did too, and we were testable.
It's not your fault. It's his fault for
So
taking
did you
the
stop
drugs.
doing
He knew a
drugs
month in
before
advance.
we told you to?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for stop doing drugs.
You're welcome.
Wasn't a trick question. Okay, Hannah, you're up first.
Okay.
We asked you, did you fabricate the story that you heard Jesse's 3-year-old daughter say that Blake touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Did you coach Jesse's 3-year-old daughter to say that Blake touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Do you know if Jesse fabricated the story that his 3-year-old daughter was touched inappropriately by Blake? You answered no. Do you know if Jesse coached his 3-year-old daughter to say that she was touched inappropriately by Blake? You answered no. Your results came back all the same, and they came back that Hannah told the truth.
Told you! I never make something like that up, ever!
Jesse took a lie detector test. We asked you, Jesse, did you fabricate the story that your 3-year-old daughter told you that Blake touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Did you coach your 3-year-old daughter to say that Blake touched her inappropriately? You answered no. Have you ever touched your 3-year-old daughter for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Jesse told the truth.
I'm getting custody of my kids.
Okay.
They are not going to be around a meth head doing drugs.
No!
And what it comes down to is, I believe that somebody is touching this little girl. Okay?
I do too.
There's a reason why you end up here or with CPS involved. So, and if it's not you, and she's saying, Daddy's doing this, then I'm going to assume that it's Daddy Blake. And the fact that he could get so strung out like that,
Kind of proves
knowing
right
that this
there.
was going to be coming down the
A
pike
month ago.
and he still did what he did. You know, you're trying to escape, and he's didn't want to take that test. But to me, the most disturbing thing is she's not even staying out here to find out if you did this or not. So she really thought you did
she
it.
ain't a good parent.
She would have stood out here.
Yeah.
So I think she knows already.
She
who
loves
did
her
this.
boyfriend more than her own daughter.
That's probably
She's
true.
choosing him over her. Which no parent at all should
So
choose
I
a man
hope
over their kid.
I hope you go back. I hope you do get custody of your child, and I hope you'll continue the investigation into your daughter. So if she was touched, justice will be served.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks for coming out.
I was really shocked he came in strung out like that. I think if he really wanted to clear his name, he would have never have done 5-6 drugs before he got here.
I don't want him around my daughter. I'm going back home and I will be filing for full custody.
Yes.
Because I am not having her around any of those drugs.
If anyone out there is in the same predicament as us, call Steve.
He'll
He'll help you. He'll help you. Everyone's great.